Take two, take two. Now that was not in focus. Maybe really the universe wants to tell me that I have to focus on something else. Then this beautiful owl. Because today I had such an aha moment while I drew this. Like, all my book projects are sort of interconnected. And while I drew this with the number 7, the number of movement, I felt such a joy, like a child. I think like the last time I've been this was me being a teenager, and everybody told me you can't be an artist, and like this is more complex, and you can't take like the advanced course in art, and so forth and so forth. But okay, now here I am. Basically, I've done what the adults said and graduated the way they wanted, and I still didn't get a conventional job from it. So here we have my friend Derek and myself, who lives basically in the bed due to an illness, and trying to keep myself and others entertained, because this is what I'm happy with, and this is what I'm hopefully good at. And I collect tarot decks. I'm a self-taught storyteller and illustrator and cartoonist. So welcome to another episode of Tarot Tuesday. I just received a beautiful video from someone I'm following that said, your voice matters in times like these. And actually, most of my voice is something artsy, and I really want to go for it and have my projects move my slow being a little bit more steadily. I wanted to actually make this like a Roman chariot. Maybe someone watches this who remembers me from the old times. One of my favorite subjects at school, besides art, was Latin. So I actually liked these combat chariots, and I found them interesting. And I even watched a children's series where like a child had such a chariot rebuilt. But like today, I am sort of a pacifist, and I rather wanted the chariot to be a coffee cup, because like especially when I have the autumn cold with my disability, I have to drink like more than average non-alcoholic drinks. I even brought my cup with a night symbol for some, like now it's empty so I can move it, but principally it's always full of lemon tea. It's just another lemon tea, and I wonder yeah, I actually like following tarot channels, because people there also seem a little bit neurodivergent, and often spontaneously start singing. So this looks like a little bit of a job for me. And like most of my dear role models, I have 3 piles here. The pile that is closed to the closest to my visual day plan, because I also wanted to do a little bit of a flow drawing, is like a fairy tale tarot with Northern Lights optics on the back. The one that is like closest to my childlike joy with a combat wagon, that's a coffee cup. Or the chariot, the movement, the card number 7 is the Animal Guides tarot. And of course, Derek himself is closest to what I call the old film tarot, because like I like old series and old films, and this deck looks a little bit like old films in the Georges Méliès spirit, but it's called the Phantom Wise tarot. And actually, my question of the day is, how can I and other people here um, best reach our personal goal today. I also saw a comment section of another tarot video from another reader the other day that was like, okay, that this is probably only towards a relatively specific target group because it talks so much about financial wealth and investment and so on. But I would actually advise people to see everything that I or also someone else in the tarot culture says, like more generally. I feel very wealthy when I get a new cup for my collection from a flea market or also from a dollar store, but I'm trying to not go into the dollar stores that often because the quality is very variable and I don't know how the stuff is produced. So, I'm beginning with pile 1. Derek. Da, 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 da. Okay, that was not the Derek tune, that was the Aktenzeichen XY tune. If you happen to be from Germany and you have a favorite 70s, 80s series, you can let me know in the comments. So, and if you pick the pile 1 with the old film tarot and with Derek. By the way, I also chose to bring Derek into the picture because I used to know a very lovely French bulldog, and at the moment I'm sort of breathing like this dog. Like, I didn't even need to see the dog, but I heard it whenever it came. I am not approving, per se, of breeding 2 flat-nosed dogs. I don't have any pets, if that is of interest to anyone. Like, except for plushies, because my health varies a lot. So, my cards with the old film tarot say you could... Okay, this came out in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. Maybe you're going to win something, or like let's say, yeah, trust that some random generator will bring you something good. Close a circle in your life. Okay, this is a spiral, so maybe it's just the idea also to accept spirals in your life, like just as part of your nature. Can we get some more information on this, maybe? Hello? Okay, difficult to pick up pile readings when you only have 15 minutes. Okay, here's something falling out. Looks like a meditation. And people beating up a piñata. Please, let's don't attach any animals to trees. But yeah, find a different angle to some things and hang in there. Because sometimes you have people picking at you. Maybe you are the piñata. Maybe you have a something in your belly. Like I often get an advertising in Icelandic that says "Ertu með bók í maganum?" Do you have a book in your belly? And I have a lot of books in my belly, and I feel like yeah, of course the soul is always participating in physical issues. So if my nose is stuffed, I think something in my life is clogged and I am not getting on and moving the chariot the way I want. So any ideas for pile number 2? If you are in the animal guides. Now we have the horse chariot here. Now, wonderful. With a butterfly that says transformation. Arabian horse. When I was a child into plenty of horse books, they said that the Arabian horse is the oldest and most pure horse breed. And now I have to read this off camera because this is never going back to focus. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you are receiving. Can we maybe get some more info on the rewards that someone is receiving here? Okay. A Saint Bernard came out in reverse. Maybe we can hold him this way, but I have to read it off camera again because, like, actually this new phone does a little bit of fancy pants stuff, sort of like my glasses. Well intended, quite expensive, but not quite right in focus all the time. You're working too hard and the stress will soon become too much. Oh, yeah, I think my nose and my lungs are telling me so. And the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and enjoy life. So here we have again this play and enjoy life motive that I talked about in the beginning when this picture came along. When I was a teenager, like playing with the art motives. And the people told me I was still too slow, but sometimes my pictures even were chosen for competition with when the class had to send something in. So, pile 3, if you were most closely to my visual day plan, visualizing stuff, and maybe you're not close to any of that, but maybe there is a grain of sand that this helps you here. Ace of Coins. Can we focus this in some way? Okay. Of course, ace always makes me I think of the arrow ace movement, like people who don't experience romantic or sexual attraction in the same way that society wants. So maybe there is something, whatever, in the way of your goals that society wants. So here I also see like a plant growing and meandering and like taking different directions than originally expected. This reminds me a little bit of this children's clip that I sometimes see on YouTube that's called Everything's Coming Up Spring. It's a really simple animation. So maybe you can like just learn about your own expectations in life by doing something really simple. Doesn't have to be a fancy pants video or a fancy pants artwork. Just start somewhere. This looks like some sort of Disney movie, and a melon and a bird that is eating the melon or the seeds. 9 of Coins. Share the seeds of your projects. Like when you have a goal and a project, like share it with others and nourish others with that. And dress yourself in attire that you like. And I mean, this could be a sunrise or a sunset. So either new beginnings or just ending something. I don't know which fairy tale this is, by the way, but I like the idea of sharing with the bird. Because I also encountered people in my childhood, like whenever there was a bird on the table, the people went like, no, this is unhygienic and you have to leave. Do we have an extra bird here? Okay, no, it looks a little bit feathery, but no, this is a mermaid. The Fool is usually the card of just starting. Did I ever tell you the story of this blanket? Like when I met the artist and I asked her what kind of beautiful stuff she is drawing there and how she's managing all the small details. She just said, just start somewhere. And by the way, this is the back of a cat. So yes, maybe it's time to just start somewhere. And the goldfish. Live in cold water, but goldfish have a lot of different breeds. So maybe one thing can develop into a lot of different varieties once you get started. I assume this is The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. If this tarot is based on fairy tales. I also see like rocks that look a little bit like the Icelandic sea. Like the other day I had a really good chat about people who traveled around Iceland, and there were different views how well you have to plan this in advance, because sometimes if you plan too much in advance, you might lose a unexpected opportunity. So I wish you a great day.